When the pandemic hit, we masked up, locked up, and wouldn't touch a thing. Now that the world is opening back up, we're opening our doors and letting our masks down in certain situations. But touching things, physical contact, is still a bit stilted. Now that we're meeting people again, how should we greet them? That was a question I had last summer when we could only gather 6 feet apart.
And I wonder, will we shake hands again? You were saying earlier, well, that's the end of shaking hands forever? I don't think so. I think we're going
Well, I mean, that's actually a silver lining, because I never liked shaking hands to begin with. I thought, it's like, I don't know this person. I need to know someone before I want to touch them and hug them. And I don't know if I'll ever hug you again.
Right.
I thought about it today. How am I going to greet you? And I come out here. I can't give you a hug. I can't even, come any closer than this. This is as far as one can.
You're really, that is kind of the way we have to treat it until we...
So how are we going to greet each other? Maybe we should use this moment as a way to reinvent greeting. Coming out of the lockdown gives us a moment to pause, to assess shaking hands in a non-destructive fashion. If we make changes in our greeting habits, it's not going to be the way Baron Houseman renovated Paris. I mean, he basically gutted what was then Paris, displacing a lot of people in order to create the glamorous Paris we see today. I mean, if we had all decided to not shake hands before the pandemic, well, people would not know what to do. I mean, they would have been confused, disoriented, and perplexed. Today, we're already confused, disoriented, and perplexed. So why not get on with it and stop shaking hands? I mean, let's face it, shaking hands made sense when it was originated in prehistoric times as a gesture of peace by demonstrating you weren't holding any weapons and because we couldn't speak. I mean, we just grunted. We needed some sign to show we were not hostile to one another. That is not the case anymore. Now we can say hello. Hello! I mean, that seems pretty obvious. And most of the time, we don't carry weapons. I mean, if you're with people who are carrying weapons, you've got bigger problems. So what would be a suitable replacement for shaking hands? Some people do fist bumps. There's elbow bumps. I mean, chest bumps really haven't been acquired yet. And if you're willing to shake hands, well, you might as well just do patty cake. So we've got a clean slate to figure out what is a good way to greet people that shows we're receptive to the idea of meeting them. Here's one of my suggestions. A cell phone interface that allows each person's cell phone to scan the others for dangerous apps. Because that's what we're really afraid of today, being scrutinized and embarrassed. And if you really think about it, allowing any kind of access to your cell phone is probably one of the most intimate gestures you can share. And it makes shaking hands look like, well, just shaking hands.